General question for voice acting. I'm hoping it's going to be a fun one. Especially for cartoons, there's got to be like ones with Transformers with so much history behind it. Has there ever been times that you're reading a script and you just stop and go like, what the heck am I saying? Yeah.
Yeah, lots. With Beast Wars, though, we were lucky enough to have a lot of people in the booth helping out, writers and directors, and not just the voice director who and Sue Blue was our voice director. She knew Transformers in and out anyway. But the writers did. The picture director was also always there, and they would explain everything to us. We would do a bit of a table read too. Yeah. So anything we didn't figure out, someone would interject.
Someone would
here's what's going on. You know what Energon is?
And you're like, no, I don't. Mainframe was a great company, the original Mainframe. And I've been telling lots of people today that I auditioned for Beast Wars, but clearly I didn't get it. But I wanted to stay on with that company because the reboot was the same. Yeah. They treat you so well and they're so invested in it. But sometimes, I've had you don't get the script until you go in and you just start and you're like,
what is this?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Well, and Armada and Energon even more so, because it was dubbed. So you'd okay, turn to page 3, line 43. That's you.
Yeah, and match the lip flap.
And fortunately, Terry knew.
Terry Clausen, amazing.
He knew what he was doing,
talent.
so he would. Okay, let me explain this for him. Okay, go. Quicker, next line.
Yeah, I remember I was at the end of Energon. I was heavily pregnant and in this little room, and I remember he was always worried I was going to pass out. He's like, "You okay? You okay?" I'm like,
boy.
But he's great.
Hi, Doug. Hi, Sharon. How are you?
Hi.
Good.
Thanks for coming. It's nice to have some Beast Wars and Energon and Armada representation to go along with all the awesome G1-ness that's going on here. I'm an old school fan from the 80s, of course, and I've always been fascinated with the evolution of the craft of voice performance in a booth. Obviously, 80s, 90s, and before that, it was very common to get everyone in a room, usually a very hot room, as Michael Bell tells stories about sweating and dying inside these booths and being whipped into shape by Wally Burr and stuff to get the best performances and things like that. But nowadays, it just seems like perhaps it's just more convenient. The pandemic will help, but certainly it seems to be better for the audio engineers too to record from home. So I was wondering if that's what you guys do in your careers. Is that do you have your own kind of studios at home? Do you record at home, or do you prefer the kind of old school way of just being in a room with people? So it's more like rehearsing a play, and you're able to really work off of other actors. Did you have a preference as to which way you like to record? Like from home or with a bunch of people?
Absolutely. In the round.
100%. You get all that energy and that talent and the crazy, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get suggestions too from other actors, or just the voice director may miss something, and another actor will go, you know what, you should try it this way too. Just try it that way. And you wouldn't get that if it was just you, in your own booth kind of thing. And
well, it's like delivering a monologue. Sorry to cut you off. Delivering a monologue versus you're having a dialogue. It's like you're going to respond, even though you're in character and you have your idea of it. When you get on camera too, you get together and it's a whole new beast.
I'm directing a series right now called Shaq's Garage, starring Shaquille O'Neal. And I direct it over Zoom, and I have actors in Toronto, Atlanta. Where's Rob Gronkowski from?
Depends on the day.
Who depends on the day, whatever city I can get him in at the time. Right. And Vancouver. The Vancouver actors come into the studio, but one at a time because of pandemic. And the rest of the actors are all over Zoom. So I, as a director, have to imagine how it would sound as an ensemble, and it's really hard. It's hard to get your line to sound like it's in between the line before and the line after, and
the flow. Yeah. Doug is an amazing director, by the way. I used to try and get him to hire me all the time in Vancouver. Didn't always go so well, but.
It's not my choice.
Director.
I just think so.
Yeah. I just wanted to call that out. It's like I can't imagine doing it. I haven't done any cartoons over Zoom yet. I have friends in LA who are, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, agreed. It's more of that play atmosphere, like that kind of just being able to play off of other actors and everything. It just kind of clicks a lot better, I find.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
for budget reasons and whatnot, it just seems more common that people are now, recording from home. So,
Yeah.
Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in Toy Story, which was one of the first ones, again, to reference it, to big famous people, and they did not do in the round, but they, a lot of times it's scheduling, right?
Yeah.
Trying to get these people and how busy they are.
it's true. Yeah, sometimes you have to, yeah.
I think
Right.
Tim Allen was available.
For Lightyear? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I think there's got some explanation to that. Like, I thought it was maybe the movie that Andy watched, just like how we would watch Beast Wars or Transformers, G.I. Joe, whatever, and that would inspire us to go get the toy, and the toy would have a different voice. So I thought maybe that's why. But anyway.
That's what I thought too, actually.
Yeah,
I heard otherwise.
there's got to be some reason for it, right? But anyway, thanks for answering my question, guys. Thanks for coming.